Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to Saeed TV and welcome back to the Best of the Rest show. We are live. We are here. You know what I mean? Life is good. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I hope everybody's good. It's raining outside. It's wet. It's miserable. But listen, don't let that ruin your day. Make sure you have a positive day no matter what, mate. But big up to everybody's watching. Smash a like on the button early doors. If you're watching right now and you haven't hit the like button, smash it already. And then we've got the panel in the building. We got man like Premsy in the building. Premsy, what are you telling me?
All good in the hood, bro. I'm telling you now for a fact. Easy win yesterday against Oxford. Move on to Man City and we take it from there, fam. But all good. Big up everybody in the chat. Make sure you smash that like, you get me?
Yeah, absolutely. And make sure you go follow Premsy TV as well. People asking about Lewis. Lewis is going to come in 5 minutes, people. So don't worry, man. Lewis will be here. He'll be holding his smoke. Don't worry.
Chelsea man running scared, man. Chelsea man running scared.
Finished, mate. Chelsea Football Club, mate. You lot were laughing at us last season. You're not laughing now, are you? You're not laughing now, are you? In the mud. 10th position, man. You man are done out here. Chelsea. And listen, we'll let Lewis come back and then we can do him over there. But listen, Patrick, what are you saying? We're going to be talking about Harry Kane today. Rumours of Harry Kane to Man United. Listen, what are you telling me anyway?
I told you, man.
I'm good. Them false rumours don't do nothing to a king, and Harry Kane's not sweating that. Like, United would love that, but yeah, it's not happening. But I'm good. We're good. Tottenham are doing all right, man. Bubbling away, ticking away. North London derby coming soon. Arsenal know that they never get 3 points at our lane, so it's all good. We move, and I can't wait. I'm ready, man. Arsenal know this is the litmus test to see where they're really at, because they know, regardless of what form.
Them man are shit in the pants, really. Don't get it.
Trust me, I'm excited. I'm ready.
What, one little 4-0 victory against Crystal Palace, and all of a sudden you're excited.
Even if we've been where Chelsea are 10th in the league, coming up to the North London derby, and we turn up. So we're going to turn up regardless. And we're not doing as bad as people. Yeah, we have to wait and see. We'll get into that later. But I'm all good. Hope you guys are good as well. And I'm looking forward to another stellar show. So all good, man.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Like I said, people, Lewis is on his way, but we're here, man. It's a big weekend. It's a big weekend. Before we get into that, let's talk about this João Felix, man. For me, it's a career L, man. This guy
really? Is that what you're saying? Career L?
Yeah, man. Career L, man, so far, man. He went to Atletico Madrid, signed an absolute
mental contract. Yeah, 7 years or something crazy like that. Mental.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then now, Premsy, man, he's going to Chelsea under Graham Potter. What are you making of this move? You know what I mean? He said it's a project. It's an exciting project, he said. What are you thinking, man? What are you thinking? Big up to Toby as well.
I think Chelsea have to do something. Clearly, they have to do something. They have to bring some sort of creativity to their front line. We've seen in the Premier League against Man City, they had the best of the first half. They just didn't have anybody clinical enough to put the ball in the back of the net or create them clear-cut chances. So for me, it's a little bit of a kind of a panic buy, because Chelsea just go for after what everybody else is after. I think Felix is on the market. It'll be stupid not to look for him, but is he really what they actually need right about now? Possibly, but for me, I think they need a bit more of a focal point than João Felix. I think he drops a little bit more deeper and plays a bit more creative. They do need that. However, they need somebody that's going to put the ball in the back of the net. And the one thing about Felix, he is a little bit inconsistent. So it is a bit of a risk. I don't think anyone else is willing to pay that loan fee and take his wages on for such a short period of time. I think with Todd Bowley, he's a bit of a weird character, really. You don't really know much about the game. He's coming in, throwing the peas left, right, and centre, trying to get the Chelsea fans on board. And right about now, I think you're going to see Felix come in. Whether that's going to push his career on, that's another question. Whether he might come and do well in the Premier League and somebody else might snap him up at Chelsea's expense, we're going to have to wait and see. But like you said, Atletico have signed him down to a long-term contract. So I think it's just like a little bit of a stone. Well, that's what's being talked, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what apparently they're saying. I've seen the rumours of that, but I didn't know it was confirmed. But you know what, man? Patrick, you know what I mean? It's just what, you know, when Premsy talked about Todd Bowley just kind of making the Chelsea fans happy. You've seen it, man. Them man are shouting, we want Abramovich back and that, and they want Tuchel back. It's just almost like You know what I mean? They were, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy. Lewis put out a tweet the other day. It made me laugh because it said something like we were better under Tuchel, and then it had like 4 disaster results where they lost to Brighton, they lost to this team, that team. So it was just basically saying things weren't as rosy as you're making it out to be. But yeah, like Femsy said, it just seems like Bowley doesn't actually have a plan. He doesn't have a strategy. He doesn't have a vision. Obviously, he knows Arsenal after Mudryk. All of a sudden, he's interested. Arsenal, Man United after Felix. All of a sudden, he's interested. And don't get me wrong, Felix is a great player. I mean, no team would scoff at the chance to sign Felix if they've got their chips in order or their ducks in order. And he's a great player. He will improve any team or any squad. But for what Chelsea need right now, they need creativity in that midfield. And they need legs and technical ability in that midfield, because let's be real, Conor Gallagher looked great at Crystal Palace, but he's definitely not it at a better and bigger team. Kovacic is questionable, good on this day, but also gets run around and there's no legs there. Jorginho is definitely washed now. Kante can't stay fit. So for me, they needed a box-to-box before bringing in a João Felix. And also, like Frenzy said, they need a number 9, man. They need a focal point, an actual striker. What's the point of having all these guys that are good? You know, they want the ball to
they might go in and get Wagger stuff, United, mate. That's what these men are on.
I wouldn't, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to hijack that as well. They literally have no plan. They just see what everyone else is doing and they try and, you know, it's mad. It's mad. And
again, it's another desperate sign. Just because he's got 6 months left on his deal now, they're going for him. They're apparently going in for another striker at Mönchengladbach. Bro, I don't know what Chelsea are doing. If Chelsea had a plan, I'd say, you know what, fair play. You know what
exactly.
I don't know how they're going to fit all these players on the books. There's no signs of anyone leaving the club.
Mad.
You know what I mean? It's a bit crazy.
They've got a lot of injuries as well. And I know, you know, we banter them and we laugh at this and that. But what happens when all these players come back? Who's going to, like, it's crazy. There's going to be about 10 people that don't make the matchday squad. It's absolutely bonkers. So, yeah, it's a bit mad.
Bowley or a Graham Potter. Like, do you reckon Graham Potter vetoed that, or do you reckon he's got no say? Honestly, because he's thinking, how do I get these lot firing right now? Then he's got to now add in Felix, who then how does he kind of balance that? Because it's like it's already he's struggling with bloody Havertz up front, Aubameyang. You know what I mean? What do you reckon?
Aubameyang, mate. Do you know what? I think it's a bit of both in it. I think the problem is, I think Todd Bowley's got a bit of a power trip. I think he wants to come into the Premier League and make a statement, because obviously it's big boots to fill with Roman Abramovich at Chelsea. We might not like them, but they've been probably the most successful team in recent years in winning cups. And Roman Abramovich is a big part of that. You get me? I think what Todd Bowley's kind of done is brought somebody in who he can kind of, say, push around a little bit. And I think with Graham Potter, because he's not managed a team of the stature of Chelsea before, where you would see him going out there and buying players like Basuma and Trossard and players that might not be the biggest names but do fit a system, I think he's a little bit in limbo whether these players that, you know, he would have wanted to have over the years are now coming in at him. Does he have a system for them? So I think it's working hand in hand. I think, you know, Chelsea will keep Potter. I can't see them sacking him, even though it's a results-based business, and you got to start looking at Potter if Chelsea keep falling off, because as you've seen, Chelsea Fan TV, our boy Lewis on there losing his shit. You get me? It's all a madness. You get me? Everybody, you get me? They're going on a mad thing. You get me? It's just it's a bit reminiscent of when Arsenal was not really firing on all cylinders.
Of way Arsenal kind of went down. You know what I mean? Like now, bro, Graham Potter, yeah, I think he's a good manager, yeah. But I'm like, you know, there's certain clubs where you go to and you haven't got control. You start to look a bit timid. You start to look a bit like, yo, like, man can't do what I really want to do. Like David Moyes did so well, and I'm not comparing David Moyes to Potter, by the way, but I'm comparing the journeys, like in terms of going from a club like Brighton and Everton, who were doing well, and then he stepped up at Man United, and the guy couldn't fill the boots, man. Yes, it's different because he was replacing Fergie, but now
I think it was a bit shady on Moyes. I don't think he had enough time, man.
Yeah.
Here he is, the star himself, eh?
Where's the Felix Scott, boys?
You're playing him at right wing. Where are you playing him? Where's he starting for you?
I thought you was bringing your Chelsea fan TV interview up then, fam.
We ain't making top 6. I don't give a shit, man. But I've
Yeah,
got
the
one
vibes,
fresh
yeah, the
face
vibes.
in the starting 11. I have something to look forward to now. And also, none of you two are getting him either. So I don't care.
Listen,
it's all good.
Listen, that makes you feel better from going from 10th to 9th, yeah? If that's going to make you feel better.
As long as it ain't top 7. As long as it ain't top 7.
For real. Yeah, you might as well, yeah.
What have we done to the mighty Chelsea? What has happened to the mighty Chelsea, Lewis, man? What's going on now?
We still have Paul. He preferred our project to both of yours. So we still got...
Yous were the only guys daft enough to pay the fee. That's all.
My guy trusts in Graham Potter. My guy believes in Super Graham Potter.
You guys are the only ones daft enough to pay the fee. You get me? I get nothing out of it.
Super Graham Potter, bro.
Eric, 10 months, you know. Fucking hell.
We've got Super Graham Potter.
Find your own fucking songs, mate.
You know what the best part is? They ain't gonna change a fucking thing.
Why do you
they
sing
ain't
that song
changing
that man
anything for
sing?
you, man.
How
So
you
I don't
singing
care.
song? That was that song
all I
that man
need.
sing. I had 2 Shell songs.
Yo, I don't even care too much about that. It's just that you two ain't having him. He ain't going into no top 4 battle. He ain't going into no title race. It's calm. We're cutting you man off at the legs. It's all good. Just out of pure spite. Up the Chelsea.
In all honesty, though, how bad is that at Chelsea, though? If I get banter aside, yeah, how are you, first of all? Because I'm worried about you because you're on my TikTok. Honestly, you know who you are now? What's that song? Pop Smoke and that. I'm gonna add you to Pop Smoke songs and that now, man. I'll tell you, Lewis, you're everywhere now, man.
Bro, this season's a write-off. We're fucking shit. I don't really care because I anticipated all of this, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. But whatever. We'll go to Fulham. We'll get dunked on in our own postcode. We'll go to Palace. We'll get dunked on in our own ground. We move. It is what it is. We're shit. We've been shit. But I've accepted this. I just think that Man City game is where the penny finally dropped for like half this fan base. And they realized, raw, we're really not that good. You played a better 11 and played worse. But hey, I'd been telling everybody that. So welcome to the train. It's been empty here for the last 4 months, but I don't know what to tell you, man. You know, you all have seen me on these streams every single week. And I've said, this team is crap. This team is dead. They ain't making top 4. They ain't making top 6. Now I'm questioning top 10. But it's whatever. As long as we don't go down, I'm fine. As long as we don't go down, we're fine.
You know what, yeah? This is why it's kind of mad, because last season we were in that position, yeah? And we, thank God, Ten Hag has come in and changed it around, man. But you lot, I'm just looking at some of the players, man. They're not good enough, man. Havertz, what? You know, people saying, you know, Havertz is generation. He's a generational con, mate. That's what he is.
The only thing generational about Havertz is that he turns up once in a generation. The guy's like a period, bruv. You're not going to see him consistently, but he'll pop up every now and then just for people to remember that he exists. That's it. But I've been telling
do you know what, Lewis, though? There's something that you said, yeah, which is bang on. I think with Havertz as well and certain Chelsea players, I think, you know, him scoring that goal in the Champions League final, the hanging on to that you man need to realise when to let go of players. And I think that's bang on, man. Like, there's a lot of guys in your club that are just been dragging a living over the years, man. And now it's coming to the forefront. And this is what I was just speaking about just before you come on. You might be getting all these signings in, but there's no talks of anyone going out.
Yeah, no, I don't really expect people to be going out right now anyway, even though I really wish they would. But it's fine. The only positive I see to this Felix transfer is that this is direct competition for Havertz. You two can fight over who's better in the central spaces and all of that. Send the loser back to Atletico Madrid. Simple as. I'll keep the winner.
But you know what, though? João Felix here, I think he's a good player, but I tweeted something out saying, oh, my free Felix, and then the amount of people that came at me in a quote tweet saying, João Felix ain't the guy that you're telling me is. They watch him week in, week out. He ain't the guy. So I just hope, listen, I hope he finds himself out at Chelsea. I hope because he's a good player.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't turn up for Chelsea, bloody hell, mate. You man will be saying...
It's difficult, man. He's going into a mess.
You know what I mean?
No, that's what I was about to say, you know.
What mess? Another mess.
If he don't ball out for us, bye-bye.
Yeah, it's a bit of it's a weird one, though, because to sign him with no obligation, which I get is why Premsy, like Arsenal and United, didn't actually go full tilt for him. He's a talented guy, but in 6 months, to go into a team that is in such a mess, It's a really strange one. Wouldn't you rather go to a team that's a bit more balanced, a bit more stable, so you can actually play? So for João Felix, I'm really concerned of where his mind's at, where his head's at.
It's come to get more Instagram followers.
There's something about his mentality, though. He didn't pick top of the table. He didn't pick a top 4 race. He picked the trenches.
But you got to understand, you're only going to go to whoever puts the money on the table for you. There's interest from United, interest from Arsenal, but I don't honestly believe that they would have met the valuation that Atletico wanted, because I don't think that
it was just a 50 million loan offer, though. Like,
but it's more than that, though. Really, like with the obligation or even an option to buy. Yeah, this guy might come into the club, be absolutely unbelievable, and then you're stuck in a position where you have to pay over 100 million for him because you end up falling in love with the guy.
He signed an extension as well. That's people are forgetting and not looking into. He signed an extension before he's left, so he's actually.
I don't know what he's doing, man. He don't know what he's doing, man. He's lost.
He's
signing an extension just to raise his transfer value, because long term he's leaving.
Yeah,
like he's leaving Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but then he's looked.
Chelsea will come back in and buy him for 200 million or something.
No, we haven't got no option to buy, no obligation to buy, nothing. Just a loan.
Big up Lewinsky, big up to you, my guy. He says that unless Chelsea are looking to sell in the summer, I don't see a plan here. I'm thinking like Ashley Glazer's no plan, ineptitude, incompetence.
Nope, the plan is send Kai Havertz back on the next flight to Germany. That's what the plan is. There's been little rumors of Bayern Munich having interest last summer, and they were probably going to come back again this summer. I'm on my knees begging, praying every night for it. There's our replacement. If João Felix can adapt to the Premier League, cool. Boot Havertz out on the first economy flight back to Germany, and then we can work on our upgrade from there.
Big up to everybody who's watching, man. Nearly 700 of you in the chat. Guys, make sure you like the video. Right now, all 700 of you, hit the like button. Massively. So go do that. Make sure you're following all the mandem as well. But you know what, Premsy, man? Chelsea this season, like, could it get worse for Chelsea? Because I'm just looking at them thinking, like, my man's playing Gallagher right back. They have got injuries. I'm not disputing that. They've got injuries. I feel sorry for him a little bit, Graham Potter, because he would have loved to have that, you know what I mean, Reece James and all these guys in there. Well, I just look at him. Some of the players look a bit disinterested. Mount looks disinterested. Everybody looks like they just can't be asked. Like, nobody's really trying. I mean, the first half against Man City was good. And then when it went bad, Koulibaly has been an absolute... Nobody's talking about Koulibaly.
No, we're talking about him. Trust
I rate Koulibaly. Happily, he was a monster.
For him.
But like I've said time and time again, the Premier League's a different kettle of fish to many leagues. You get me? You might look good in one league, but you got to do it in this league. And this is going to be another thing for João Felix. You know, there's a lot of talent and a lot of promise in him, but we don't really know his mentality and what he's going to come with. He might come to Chelsea and end up throwing hissy fits left, right, and centre. Who's sitting on the bench, you get me, which could drag shit even worse than what it is. I think, do the players respect Graham Potter? That's another question you got to be looking at. They've had top managers throughout that club, so players like Azpilicueta and Jorginho and all these kind of guys that have been at the club for a long time might be looking at him thinking, this guy is definitely not the guy. He might be the guy for Brighton, but does he know what he's doing when it comes to a big club? And you can't really see the respect given to him on the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Aubameyang, another bad egg. Maybe he's the one who's gone into that dressing room and fucks it all up for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Because people seem to forget about that. You get me? Arteta got rid of him for a reason. You know what I mean? And not only because he was declining, because he was disrupting the dressing room. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not a coincidence that he's in that Chelsea team, and the guy, he doesn't look interested, man. He doesn't look interested at all. You get me? When a man's coming on and then getting subbed off again, it's all a mad thing, bro. It's all a mad thing. And I understand what Lewis says. There's not much creativity in that team. But then again, over the years, they've had the same kind of players and they've created chances. They've created goals. So for me, if they don't pull the socks up real quick, it can get a lot worse than what it is. You get me? You know what I mean? Relegation might not be off the cards. You know what I'm saying?
We are 15 points off 40 points, right? I can't tell you where those 15 points are coming from.
What is it? You're closer to relegation than to the top, innit? Something like that.
We're level, 10 points off both.
10 points off fourth, 10 points.
Obviously, I don't think that will happen, but obviously, it can get a lot worse than where it is right now.
Yeah,
man.
Big up yourself, Christopher, my brother.
I look at it and I think, Patrick, you know, it's the team there. It's probably the worst Chelsea team I've probably seen in a long while. When you look at we had, even when you look at the 2015-16 season when they were bad, they still had leaders in there. They still had players. It was just a very bad season and it got ugly. This right now, I just look at it and I think centre backs. Thiago Silva's aging. I think he's coming towards his end. You look at left back, that centre midfield where they used to be strong. Up front, Chelsea have always had a number 9. Drogba, Diego. Like they've had a tip number 9. They've always had one. Now they're trying to play this, I don't know, false 9, whatever you want to call it. Like
it's wherever you want to shoehorn Havertz into to pretend he can play football.
Yeah, literally.
It's not the greatest Chelsea squad, is it? When you think about it,
it's the worst of my life. It's a weird one because they spent so much money, but it's so disjointed because there's so many different managers, ideologies, and philosophies and type of players. So, you know, Cucurella was brought in before Potter went. Koulibaly was brought in before Graham Potter went. There's all these players from different tenures and different regimes, and it's just not working out, man. Like you said, the midfield is absolutely atrocious. I said from the beginning that Koulibaly, I just think it was 2 or 3 years too late. The Premier League, the pace of the Premier League is crazy. The guy's trying to play out from the back and just giving the ball away, clumsy in the box. He's an oaf. He can't tackle. He's just all over the shop. They're saying that, if he plays around better players, he'll look better. There's no options. But simple things he's not doing right.
Hold that comment, please. Hold that comment.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, man. For Chelsea...
There's no belief in their team. There's no belief within the players. You can see it. There's no belief with the fan base.
No leader as well, Femsy. When I looked at them on Sunday against Man City, when the chips were down, 1 or 2-0 down, there was no leaders. There was no one G'ing up that team. There was no one saying, come on, let's fight. Let's at least have some pride. Man City were just stroking the ball around effortlessly. And it was 4-0. It could have been 8 or 10 if they really wanted to play. Man City just took the last 30 minutes off. They was literally on cruise control. So it's just, I don't know, man. I mean, as a Chelsea fan, Lewis, you being there at the stadium, how did you feel seeing that, like actually being in the moment? How did it feel like?
I expected nothing and I was still disappointed. We played better in the league match. We actually had some fight and some desire. All I wanted to see was Chelsea go down swinging. I wasn't deluding myself into thinking we were going to win this game. It was a write-off. Just play with some fucking pride. And they didn't. It was just the same old idiots playing like idiots, boneheaded individual mistakes. Kai Havertz thinking it's basketball with whatever that was for the penalty. And Mount playing.
Yeah, what was that about?
And also, by the way, just for this comment, we won the Champions League in spite of Havertz and Werner. That is the worst front three to win a Champions League in modern history. Mount I will allow because he turned up consistently throughout the run to it. So I'll leave him out. But that's still the worst front three to ever win it. We won it because of an N'Golo Kante masterclass, 4 man of the matches. Jorginho with the most tackles and interceptions in that entire tournament. Statistically, the best defense and the best goalkeeper in Champions League history, only conceding 2 goals in the entire run. So let's not talk about the attack. Timo Werner missed 3 clear-cut chances in the first half of that final. Havertz only turned up for the final. So let's not act like without them.
No, Werner was a mess for Chelsea, man. Werner was a mess.
What are we going to say without Werner, we're down a Champions League? Without Werner, we're probably up 4 positions in the Premier League. So let's not do this.
Yeah. No, I think, listen.
It's an achievement, for fuck's sake. Sorry.
I think if you can't beat Fulham without Mitrovic, then Chelsea are done this season.
We won't. You think Willian's not there to just torment us again for the first time in 3 years?
Oh, Willian. Your man are worried about Willian. He's done.
Willian has made more clear chances per game than all of our attack combined.
That's crazy.
I know, and he's washed as well.
And he's playing for Fulham as well.
Yeah. Chelsea are done out here. Maybe Chelsea United aren't the same as what we were last. Maybe
we are not the same, bro. It will get worse. I told you, we are 15 points away from safety. I don't know where those points are coming from. I can't pinpoint 5 games from now till the end of the season where we can get it. And for anyone deluding themselves into thinking Chelsea could get back into the top 4 race, our last 2 games this season are Man City away and Newcastle at home. So you can forget that. It's not happening. Just try and stay up. As long as we don't get top 7 or bottom 3, I am fine.
Wow. Chelsea Football Club. But listen, let's move on. We've got North London Derby, guys. North London Derby. It's a big one. We've got the Manchester Derby, but I've got the Man Talk coming up soon. So we will.
Is that this weekend?
Yeah, both this weekend, man.
Oh, you know what I mean? I know it's the Chelsea bubble's mad, but yo, man, there's things.
This is a coincidence, man, because you know what they always say, that it's all drawn by luck and all that, bro. This year, both derbies have been in the same week. That's mad, innit?
There's something going on, man.
Get me?
I think it should happen all the time, if I'm being honest with you. It should happen all the time, because then you never know what the two teams are going for. I think they should do it. I think they should do it.
Remember when they used to do Big Four Super Sundays?
Yeah, man, I remember that. They should do it. I think, for me, they should do it because it impacts both sides of the table and whatnot. Big up Owens said Chelsea have had a torrid few years from the transfer ban forced sale to my man Todd. A lot of unknowns. Yeah, man, listen.
This is all Boris Johnson's fault.
Yeah, absolutely. But listen, Premsy, man, how you feeling, bro? Lord for the derby. You had a great record there. When was the last time you won at Tottenham Stadium? 2015.
Do you know what? We've not won at their new stadium, have we? Since
there you go.
Been there as well. You know what it is, bro? I'm not going to be biased and all that. It is a tough game. You get me? Harry Kane always decides to turn up against us. You know, Son normally has a good game against us. But I think I'm a big believer in form goes out the window in these kind of games. However, I do think it's a little bit different though, because with Arsenal right now, obviously, there was a big worry with Gabriel Jesus being out the team and what he can actually provide. Eddie Nketiah, can provide for us with Jesus being out. But what I've seen from Eddie is very promising, man. He's not only getting the goals, something Jesus was lacking before he got injured. He's actually emulating his style of play, dropping back deep, integrating with the boys. And I think our midfield trio, I'm not just saying this, I think we've been the best midfield in the league collectively with Xhaka, Partey and Odegaard. I think the time when Partey was out, that's the only game we lost against you guys. And again, that was counter-attacking play that kind of undone us there. I think going to Tottenham, there's nothing to really be worried about. At the end of the day, yeah, they had a good result against Crystal Palace, which you got to give it to them. But people seem to forget they've been conceding 2 goals in the first half for a very long time now, consecutively. And the one thing that this Arsenal team is good at is learning how to manage them games now. And I think if we do go and get an early goal, which is something that we've been very, very good at this season, getting them early goals and kind of maybe then manage the game out, I don't think it's something that we should be worried about. Yeah, defensively, we're going to have to be sound and make sure we don't make any mistakes because Kane's always there to pounce. But I'm confident, bro. And that's not me being biased or trying to be big-headed. I'm actually confident. It's always a good game. There's always goals in these kind of games. But I don't think Tottenham are the same team, that they have been at the best with all the injuries. I think Kulusevski might be back, and Patrick's going to have to let me know about that. But is he going to hit the ground running again after a little bit of time out? We're going to have to wait and see. So I'm confident, bro. I'm confident.
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal fans should be confident because they are the best team in the league. This isn't me being disingenuous. When I was saying this 4 weeks ago, people thought I was being disingenuous because I'm a Spurs fan, but I was just calling it how I see it. And I think everyone's come to terms with it. Arsenal are first, they're the best team in the league. They shouldn't go into any game worried or, fearful. But at the end of the day, they also need to know that they have to come to our ground and respect us because at home, we are a formidable team, especially in these North London derbies. And obviously, like Femzi's saying, we've got players that can hurt them if they aren't on their P's and Q's. Kane is always good for a goal and he's chasing X amount of, records and he's striking them off one by one. Son hasn't been good. I'm hoping Son starts to turn up because if he does, that's another problem for them.
Have you heard your boy Son blaming his mask and that you can't see?
Listen, I mean...
he took it off and still did nothing.
Yeah. That's a serious injury though, man. He fucking fractured his ice fucking cheekbone. That's a big injury. Then he had to rush back because of the World Cup. Then he's playing with a mask, which you can imagine does restrict your vision and so it's a tough one, isn't it? But he hasn't been good. Even before the mask, he wasn't good. So I'm not gonna make it out that that's just because of that. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good game. They do say form goes out the window, but you also have to be
scared, Patrick, in a sense of hold on a minute before I do this. If Arsenal come to your ground, draw you, I think that could be the tipping point for Conte, for Tottenham. Because if I've just got this feeling that Arsenal are going to come there and just leather you and really, really.
I really don't.
I don't know. It's be toxic, man. Because I seen the way it was last game against Villa. It was very, very toxic. Toby was saying, if that happens, I'm not saying it's gonna, but if that's the situation and it does happen, bro, it's gonna be madness, man. Because you don't want it, especially when winning the league, etc., etc. It'll give you that 2004.
Yeah, if Arsenal do come and play us off the park, to be fair, you say like it was toxic against Villa. I mean, you lot saw my post, Levy out, which did numbers. I don't know why it was so popular because we fucking lost. I was so annoyed, and then I put that tweet out, and people, shared it and whatever. But it's been toxic way before this game. Trust me. I mean, Levy out. We've been chanting that whether we're winning or losing games. So the atmosphere is toxic anyway. The fans have had enough, and we're tired of the lies. We're tired of the false promises, the false dawns. You're not going to get a cash injection. The manager will be back to all of this shit, and it's not happened. And we've had enough. So, yeah, if we get, but personally, I don't think we're going to get battered. If it is a win for Arsenal, it'll be a tight game. It's not going to be a battering, I don't think, because the boys will be up for it, and I believe they will play. But like Femzi's saying, the thing with Arsenal is that Arsenal start games quickly and they score fast. So if we don't come out the traps switched on, we don't want to go 1-0 or 2-0 down against this Arsenal team, because they are in good form. And of course, we all know that we've got the fight and the desire to get back into games. But let's be real, we're playing the best team in the league right now. So it's a different kettle of fish. But I do believe in our boys. I know we've got something there. But I'm not going to sit here and gas it up. It's going to be a tough game. But I'm also excited because it's a good litmus test for us. You want to play the best teams, hence why people are going to be in the Champions League. Well, Arsenal right now are the best team in the league. I want to see what we can do in this North London derby. And I want to see what Arsenal are made of as well, because they know that they're going to be scared coming into this game, because they know what happened last year.
I don't think we are, bro. We beat you 3-1 already this season. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Every game is different, bro. And also,
yeah, I hear that.
You came into the last North London derby having to win that game to secure Champions League football. You didn't.
And there was a lot of players. There was a lot of players that we were going into that derby missing last season. A lot of players that weren't playing. No, 100%. This year, I don't think Arsenal are going to be scared of Tottenham. No way, you get me, bro. I'm telling you, especially the way you're being folding recently, bro. Like, I don't think the players are going to be scared. You get me? You're looking like that. But best believe you have been folding. I think up until the Palace game. Yeah, you think winning 5 games or something mad like that?
Listen,
you know what I mean? So it's not
guys,
all rosy. And what you got to realize, one sec. What you got to realize as well, yeah. Tottenham are not going to be playing the same way Newcastle did against us. They're not going to be sitting back. They have to be on the front foot, because if they sit back, the Tottenham fans are going to start throwing bottles at these, man. You get me? It's not happening. And that is going to play into our hands. The way we play football at the moment, obviously, I am excited. I do want us to win. I am a little bit worried, don't get me wrong, because Harry Kane can, hurt any team. But I don't know why I'm hearing bare Tottenham fans all over, just so confident that they're going to go and dust us at the ground. It's a mad thing.
If you listen to me, I can only speak for myself, and I think I'm a very sensible Tottenham fan.
No, you are.
Yeah,
I like you.
I'm not overly confident, but I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. I want us to go against the best teams. I want to see this test, and I want to see what Arsenal are made of, because I want to see Arsenal go for a wobble and see if they can still come out the other side. And if they do, fair play, because I've thrown everything at them. I've tried to bash this team. Oh, let's see what happens when they go to Man United. Let's see what happens when they play Tottenham. Let's see what happens when they play this team, that team. And so far, credit to them, they've stood up to every test. So I want to see what happens in this one. It's another test, and we take it from there.
What do you reckon, Lewis? You know what I mean? Obviously, before we get the combined 11, how are you looking at this game? Who's nervous? Who needs it more? I think Tottenham need it more. I know Arsenal, they're in a little bit of competition, but if Tottenham lose that at home to Arsenal, it could be toxic, man. So, Lewis, what are you saying before we get the combined?
Yeah, the pressure is way more on Spurs than Arsenal for this one. I think there's obviously will be pressure on Arsenal's side because of the position that they are in the table. Going to Spurs away as well. They haven't won at that ground. They haven't won away at Spurs since God knows how long. But that's the way North London derbies usually are. They usually favour the home side. Same way how Manchester derbies seem to favour the away team a lot more in recent history. It's just the way it usually goes. As much as I want to wish a Tottenham win into existence just for the necessary evil and everything, I think with the level of toxicity around Spurs, it would take a lot from Antonio Conte to be able to galvanise that Spurs team and get a result there. And I think if Arsenal do start well, if they do score early, which they're definitely capable of doing, that place is only going to get even more toxic because of the way Spurs have been playing this season. I don't think Spurs are completely out of it. Like, they definitely could go and get a result. I wouldn't be too shocked if they did. But the way things are going, the way Arsenal have been this season as well, I hate that I'm even saying it, but I have to call it what it is. The way they've been, they have managed to beat any sort of expectations that have negative expectations that have been had for them this entire season. And for them to go to White Hart Lane and get a result there, I wouldn't be too surprised by it. So As much as I hate to say it, I probably think Arsenal get the 3 points in this one. But hopefully Spurs prove me wrong. I won't say come on you Spurs or anything like that, but hopefully you guys prove me
Just
wrong.
say it.
The day never come. I thought I see these two sucking each other off. Okay,
Nah.
Necessary evil, man, for the greater good.
For the greater good.
Guys, there's over 1,000 people in here. Guys, smash a like on the video, people, if you haven't already. Bottom right corner. So big up to the community, man. Best of the rest show. We started off this show. There was like 200-300 watching. Now like 1,000 people.
Yeah, that's
so
sick. That's sick.
I mean, we're trying to build something here, man. So big up to the community. And make sure you guys following everyone's channels, man. But listen, without taking too long on this, because this could,
like yesterday, fam.
Everyone, if you haven't watched the one in Frenzy,
I level with you ever again, mate. You the league.
Yo, people, if you haven't watched the combined 11 yesterday on Premsy TV, bro, it was a madness. It was a madness.
It was sick. It was funny. So we did the best 11 of basically the best Premier League players so far. You know, the halfway point of the season. It was good. Definitely worth watching.
Definitely. Right.
I think no United players got in there just to rattle Saeed.
It's mad in the
when Saeed locked off when Rashford didn't get in, he cut off his stream.
Yo, let's go with keeper. Ramsdale or Luis?
Ramsdale. Let's keep it moving. There's no
right, cool. Man, this weather, you know what? And by the way, been up to Luis, man.
Fantastic. Fantastic longevity for France, but he knew it was time. His time is done now. So yeah, great servant.
Was he retired from international?
Yeah, he called it yesterday.
Oh, mad.
So,
no. Right call, man. He needed to.
Let's go right back.
Emerson Royale.
who you lot play Ben White at right back, don't you?
Yeah, Ben White, man, hands down. Ben White.
Ben White.
It's been unbelievable.
Ben White's been quality. I can't lie to you.
We ain't even got a right back. So,
well, there you go. I mean, it should be Jed Spence, but
I know, but the guy ain't
personally, how shocking Spurs' defense has been. It should just be all Arsenal defense. That
no. Remember,
is this form or ability, by the way?
We're doing it on form.
Oh dear. All right, cool.
For me, centre backs, I'll put Gabriel and Saliba in, and that's no cap, man.
No, Saliba and Romero. Romero's still been good.
I think Romero's too overhyped, man.
Nah,
I think he's been shipping in a lot of goals, man. If he was that good, you won't be going down 2 goals every game for the last 10.
But he's surrounded by, let's be real, he's surrounded by shit. Like Eric Dyer, Langley's been okay. I don't want to bring Langley into it. He's actually done better than what I thought he would. But obviously Ben Davis is shocking. Eric Dyer is shocking. Davison Sanchez is a fucking bum. So it's difficult, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, you know what? Saliba and Gabriel. I'm just going to be 100% honest. I'm not gonna cap at all. But Romero is quality. But we just got to call a spade a spade.
Gabriel,
capital G. Yeah. This one, Perisic, 100%.
Oh, yeah, I knew you was going to say that. I let you fuckers get away with that yesterday, and I don't understand, because for me, my man, he does assist quite a few goals and that, but other than that, I don't think defensively he's that good at all, man. I think Zinchenko offers more to that team than a Perisic, man. He plays 2 positions. You get me?
Perisic had a better impact for me. Maybe the
Come on, you can make the decision in it. I'll go with Zinchenko in it, but obviously there's 4 man in here, so.
Lewis, what are you saying, actually? Let's hear Lewis on this one.
Yeah, Lewis, what are you saying?
I'm doing Perisic or Tierney.
Or Zinchenko.
I'd say Zinchenko.
Oh, Zinchenko. Zinchenko's been I swear he ain't been playing. He's been injury prone.
He's played about 10 games and he has had a few injuries.
Recently?
Well, throughout the season, yeah.
If we're doing it on form, it's probably Perisic still. Because he's been fit.
Fair enough. Yeah, see, there you go. Yeah, so Perisic at left back. That's cool.
Perisic has been good, man. Apart from that day where he got cooked by Anthony. You know what I mean?
Anthony had him on.
And when a man's getting cooked by Anthony, you got to be worried. You know what I'm saying?
Had a good game.
Shut your mouth, mate. Listen. You watch out next Sunday, man. You'll be there.
You watch out next Sunday.
Come on, United. Come on, United.
You's man ain't won at the Emirates for about 5 years yourself.
Where was he for the goal? Where was he? Let's
wait and see what happens. You get me, bro? Let's wait and see, because I guarantee you're going to be crying on the next Tuesday. I'm telling you now. That cap's going to be frontwards, not backwards. You get me? Hide those stairs.
CDM.
Højbjerg.
Thomas Partey. What? Are you fucking mad, bro? What? This guy's been smoking budgie Thomas Partey all day long, man. Thomas Partey.
Nah, you know what? Højbjerg's been good, but yeah, Partey is been He's
I think our midfield trio has been the best in the league, and that's not even capping because I'm an Arsenal fan. Like, I think we really have. Bentancur's not even been playing recently. He's been injured, hasn't he? Since he's come back.
Bentancur will definitely get in over Xhaka 100%.
I wouldn't mind putting Bentancur in. I think he's a good player. I'm not going to lie, but he's not been really playing that much, has he?
He's played a bit, but obviously after the World Cup, he's been injured. They said that Kulu and Basuma trained yesterday. Bentancur and who's the other guy? There's one more out, and someone else still out. So I'm not sure if he'll be ready.
You're gonna have to
say that again.
Odegaard and Xhaka, man. Trust me.
Nah, not Odegaard 100%. Not Xhaka.
You know what we'll do a vote.
Do a poll. Do a poll.
Do a poll for Xhaka and Bentancur.
Let's get Odegaard in there.
Odegaard definitely goes in.
No one's putting that much respect on Xhaka's name, man. He's been quite a big part of what we've been doing this season. Disrespecting the guy to a next level, man. I'm telling you, Xhaka's been good this season. Good.
But so is Bentancur, though. So is Bentancur.
Yeah, he has been good, but the guy's not even going to be fit for the game, bro.
Yeah. No, he is. He might be. Is he not fit?
Yeah, he might be.
Because if that's the case, Zinchenko's well better than Perisic if you're just talking about quality. I'm telling you now, for a fact, defensively and attackingly.
Bro. Perisic is quality.
No way. Not better than Zinchenko.
He is. Going forward, 100%. There's no doubt.
Yeah, maybe just going forward, but he can't do what Zinchenko does to get me. He's a left back. Do your job at left back, fam. You know what I mean?
It depends, innit? It depends. There's all different types of fullbacks these days.
I'll put it in the chat. We'll see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Xhaka is top of the league, man. Big up yourself.
Yeah, but Xhaka's
put some
respect with
on his name.
Players. It's not just because of Xhaka they're top of the league.
Oh, Xhaka's winning, man. Xhaka's winning. 83 goals.
There's more Arsenal fans in it though. That's what I hate.
We're on United. This is a United channel, this bro. What are you talking about?
No, listen, it's a better restaurant, man. You know, we've got a mix, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Xhaka's winning this, man. You know what?
That's bullshit.
No, what's like 30% now? Okay, nah, 70%.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it another 30 seconds. Another 30 seconds, guys.
Why are you begging it, fam? It's allow it. After yesterday, he's trying to get fucking Bentancur.
Over 1,000 people in it. You know, it's only one click of the button, man. You know what I mean? If you just look at
Come on, people. Get Bentancur in there, man. What's going on?
Right, 20 seconds.
What's it saying? What's the percentage?
30, man.
It's done then. It's done.
Yeah, let's end the poll, man. You know, Patrick's sake.
I think we should put Harry Kane up front. I think that's an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an easy one. So Kane, no doubt. So on the left wing,
it's got to be Martinelli, man.
The thing is,
Son's been horrendous this season. Horrendous this season. You can't just put him in just on what he's done in the past,
sorry.
Man.
Yeah. Sorry, I was actually thinking of the wrong wing. Yeah, there's no way Son gets in that team. No way.
Yeah, no. 100%.
And the next one is going to have to go to a vote, man, because I'm obviously Saka all day long, innit, bro? And that's
you know what? No, you know what? I'm just going to be real. I will put Saka in right now because Kulu hasn't played enough games. Yeah, because Kulu's been fantastic, and even the amount of games he's played compared to the assists he's got will show you. But he hasn't played enough, and Saka has played in every game, and he's been phenomenal. Like goals, assists, his decision. My biggest critique of Saka was his decision making in the final third, and this year he seems to have got that spot on. The weight of pass has been much better. Finishing has definitely been better, and obviously, just his execution.
And you got to put in there, he's one of the best players in the World Cup, man.
Clearly.
Got to understand that.
Clearly. So I can't hate on it. I've tried to be as honest and as impartial.
This is why I like Patrick. You get me. This is why I like him.
Nah, I'm not gonna. Don't like me because of this. Because I don't like myself right now.
Make sure you keep the same energy on Friday, fam, for our North London Derby preview.
I might phone in sick.
Donate yourself, bro. Hate Tottenham. It's a lot easier.
Yeah, we're gonna end up having Toby and Patrick arguing.
We're putting Martinelli there,
yeah, definitely. Unfortunately,
Bro, Martinelli's been on smoke this season. I think the only
Ross,
team I've
we've only
seen.
got 2 Spurs players.
Yeah, right now, but right now it's fair, isn't it? Right now, Son's not shown up. Obviously, the Bentancur Xhaka one is a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still a bit about that. But
It
other
could
than
be
that,
either or, innit?
yeah.
But I think
Other than
Shaka's
that,
been a bit more consistent.
I can't argue with that team. I can't even lie to you. I'm looking at it and I can't argue with it. Obviously, if Romero had played more, he could be in there. But we've shipped a lot of goals, and Romero is our prime centre back. So yeah, I just got to look at it and be honest, innit? There you go. Shout out to my guy there for saying that. I just got to be honest, man. Just got to be honest.
If we do a Tottenham or Chelsea one in a few weeks, that one's gonna sting.
Oh, mate, that's gonna be full of people that don't deserve to be in there.
There'll probably still be majority Tottenham.
Yeah, probably. But
yeah, Chelsea got no hope, mate. These, but the only man who can get in, who can hold any kind of credibility in that team is Thiago Silva, man. I'm telling you,
James, but obviously he's been injured.
But he's been out, innit?
Yeah, he's been out. But yeah, Thiago
Silva, bro. Like, I feel sorry for this guy. This guy's about 40, yeah, and he's having to hold the whole team on his back.
9 years of this trash. Man's in a relegation dogfight at 38, man. I feel for him, bro.
You know what, man? He was managing on the sideline more than Graham Potter, man. Did you see him like on the sideline?
Yeah.
And that, bro. I was like, yo, man's doing more tactics than Graham Potter, man. It's mad,
Lewis,
bro.
do you honestly think Graham Potter's gonna last the rest of the season? Honestly,
yeah, Potter ain't getting
even
sacked.
even if the results just keep going to shit, and you just finish like above relegation or something mad like that.
Nah, they gave him a 6-year deal, and everything we've heard since Potter's come in is that he's been given this year to bring in. I mean, to at least try and like weather the storm a little bit, and then bring in players, and then they're gonna properly assess Graham Potter as a manager. He's not getting sacked. This is more to assess the players. So whoever isn't good enough, gonna get rid, rebuild, and then next year we could judge Potter properly.
So do you think Felix is a Graham Potter signing?
Yeah. Any signing that comes in will come with Potter's say so. So I think Felix is the same one. And if anything, probably coming in to replace Kai or Mount, whichever one I'm fine with. They both suck.
What about Aubameyang? You forgot about your best number 14 and all that.
Nah,
what was all that about?
Potter don't look like he rates him still.
Yeah,
like he brought him on just to take him back on. And I feel bad for Oba because Havertz has robbed him of about 4 clear-cut chances to score goals. And now we're acting like Aubameyang's a bum.
Nah, he wouldn't have put him in the back of the net anyway, man.
Nah, he would have, especially the Arsenal game. I maintain we would have beaten Arsenal if he got given
what he was like for about a year and a half before he got off.
Yeah, but everyone also forgets what he was like at Barcelona when he literally took them from 9th to 2nd.
Yeah, Barcelona's
that's fair.
Like I said, that league's dead in it. Like I say, and it's not the same. The Premier League to all
the
these
Liga ain't that dead. It's not like
Koulibaly, fam. Look at Koulibaly. You get me? One of the best centre backs in the world now, looking like a bum, just like the rest of the Chelsea team.
Koulibaly, bruv. I have to put my hands up on him. My only thing I'll say is, with Potter, how is he not playing Chalobah over him when he's been
what is going on there?
Madness.
That's what makes no sense to me. Koulibaly should be benched, but I'm not giving up on him just yet.
Yeah.
No. You still.
I see Omari Hutchinson. Yeah, I just want to get my 2 pence in on him. Yeah, because this fucker left Arsenal because he wanted first team game time and all that, bro. You ain't ready for the Premier League, mate. He needs to go on loan. You get me? So he's going to end up being in the same kind of position he was anyway. He should have just stayed at the Arsenal. Now he's gone to a club that's gone tits up. So good luck to him.
Yeah, but all that means is when the rebuild comes around, he's going to be one of the players driving.
Yeah, he's going to. How old is he? How old is he?
He's like 18.
18, 19. Yeah, he'll be, by the time you's come good, he'll be about 27 and he'll move on to someone else.
27.
Yeah. Let's talk about Harry Kane for a little bit. I know you're laughing now. You won't be laughing maybe a little.
I've been telling you all this, yeah, that Harry Kane is likely to go to United. Please tell me I'm wrong, Saeed. You get me? Can I just ask you something, Patrick? If he does go to United, are you going to still give him a round of applause when he comes back to Tottenham? Or what?
What a question. Nah, I'm not...
Wow, that's a legend, man.
What a question. Nah, you know what? If he goes United, he can go fuck off. Literally. That's because
that's like if legend there, man.
Yeah. If he goes to Man City, Bayern Munich, not Barcelona, Real Madrid.
You never know. He might come to his boyhood club.
Man United aren't your rivals. Why does it care that he goes to Man United? Why are you gonna?
Well, they are our rivals. If we're talking top 6 and top 4, 100%. You guys are our rivals. Obviously, you're not our rivals like a Chelsea or Arsenal, but yeah, for me, it doesn't make sense in going to United because you lot are no closer to winning than we are, and that's not even a shot. It's just being honest. So So, you know, like I said, I can't begrudge him if he goes to a team that is literally winning and gonna challenge and gonna. But to go to United, it's just a sideways step. Yes, it'd be on more money, of course, because United are. Yeah, it's a sideways step to the same thing.
Recently,
No, you have. Yeah.
How much is he on at? How much is he on at Spurs at the moment?
He's on 250, and then he gets a lot of bonuses
Well,
for goals and stuff.
I'm hearing United have just put a 200 grand wage cap in place, so he'll be on less money if anything.
Yeah, that's it. So that's interesting. But the thing is, United, I don't believe that wage cap stuff, because if United want to go out and get the best players, which they will obviously naturally want to do, that cap is never going to work. You can't attract the best players with a 200k wage cap. Yeah, go on, sorry.
How is it a sideways step when we've won more trophies in the past few years than you have? Like
you have, but you're not nowhere closer to winning than we are. If we're being real, let's just be real. In terms of your league position, finishing, a new manager, the talent there, I can't.
You know who you're talking to here, Patrick? Saeed thinks these men are challenging for the league this year, bro.
You're right. You know he's starting to play, but you're not speaking sense now, guy. Nowhere near sense. You never won a trophy, man.
Yes, you have. That's what I'm saying. And I'm giving you credit. You have won trophies, but right now, right. Do you believe you're close to winning trophies? Let's just be real.
We're probably, the way you said it though is as if we're as far away as you guys are to win.
You are. You're as far as us. You're a big club. On your day, you can win a trophy. Of course, you can. If the chips fall in the right way, you avoid certain clubs in the cup run. Blah blah blah. You get to a final. You play one or two good teams. You can win it. But if you're looking at the teams like Liverpool, dare I say, they're still a fantastic team on the day. Man City, of course. Now Arsenal. These guys are primed to win stuff, and United aren't there yet. And you know that's not a shade on you. You've got a new manager. You've got a lot of players that are still finding their way. It's not a diss. I'm just saying, for me, it wouldn't make sense Harry Kane going to you guys. At his age, he needs to go to a team that's ready to win right now, i.e. City, and Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea. Bayern Munich, Chelsea. You said Chelsea. So that's all I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say anyway.
Sometimes, you know, some players could be the missing jigsaw. You know, when you look at the squad that we had, you know, in 2013, in when Van Persie came in, he gave us that kind of impact.
I hear that.
Harry Kane could give that. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but Harry Kane could give that same impact to Man United, where all of a sudden they buy certain players, and that could be the missing jigsaw. I'm just giving you like a hypothetical.
I think if United went and got a Harry Kane, he would do wonders for United. I think they'll be in a title charge. That's because of how good Harry Kane is. I think if he had players around him that can offer a little bit more than what Spurs can do, rather than him having to come back and always pick up the ball and stuff, he'll be even more deadly up front. And I think Saeed's right. As much as I hate fucking Robin Van Persie, the pussy old, that he was a top class player. And that's what they done. They brought him at the end of his career. They got 2 good seasons out of him, and he won him the league. You know, if he doesn't go into the Premier League to anyone, obviously Levy don't like selling Tottenham players to nobody in the league. You get me? Which is facts. He might end up at a PSG. You never know.
Yeah, listen, he has to do something with his career in it, and like
I hear that.
It's all down to what happens with Conte. I think it's massively, impacting, and also how Tottenham ambition, man. If they show ambition, then, you know what I mean. Then Harry Kane will stay. You know what I mean? I don't think Harry Kane loves Tottenham. It's not as if he hates Tottenham. It's not as if he wants to, he's begging to leave. Like, if it happens, it happens. But
do you know what it is, Saeed, though? He's just seen Gareth Bale retire, and the only club Gareth Bale didn't win a trophy at is Spurs, so he's going to be looking at that.
You know what? Bale did win a trophy at Spurs. You know what? He was in that squad when we won the League Cup, even though he didn't really play. So.
Well, he didn't play, did he? He didn't win it. You get me? He went with it. You get me? He wasn't even on the bench. He was just wearing his tracksuit, fam. You get me? But basically, look, putting all joking aside, Patrick, if you was to get rid of Kane, you was to sell Kane, who would you want to see coming at Tottenham?
That's such a hard question. You know what? Like, all jokes aside, there's not an abundance of talent in that centre forward number 9 position, is there? Like, if you look at the amount of clubs that are battling and fighting now to this day for a top striker, there's no one really out there. So, to be honest, I don't know, because I could say the obvious names, but there isn't. I think we just have to really be smart about our next buy, and there's no ready-made players like Kane, to be fair. So you'd have to buy young and hope they come good, and obviously invest
like an Osimhen, someone like that.
Yeah, and even him, I'm not sure that he would suit our style of play. I don't know.
Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham's okay, but nah, I don't know, man.
That's
Like,
so-
to be fair, it's disappointing, Fremzy, when you look at the next level or the next batch of young strikers coming through. There's not really that many I can really think of and
Hey,
say, yeah.
you've got Eddie.
Eddie's
Listen.
all right, you know. He's all right. He's not a world
wanna-
beater, but he's looked better than, you know. He's looked good when I've seen him play. To be
Big
fair,
up-
what's
Big
this
up
guy saying?
Kane. Big up Kane. He says, Said, I'm disappointed with you to let these Arsenal man put Partey over Casemiro and Martinelli over Rashford. No
You know
way.
what, Saeed, let me say this. Yeah. After a bit of reassessment, I would give you Casemiro, but Martinelli over Rashford, definitely.
I said
Partey-
Casemiro as well. To be fair, it's not.
Yeah,
I
same.
went Casemiro. So you know,
Partey couldn't carry his water bottle, much less his.
Party.
Now you don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about, fam.
I've not been Party's biggest fan, but he's been good this season. Come on, let's like I said when I did the combined 11 earlier. I'm trying to be honest and a bit decent here. Party has been good, but Casemiro has been fantastic. It's either way, isn't it? Either no one's going to be angry if either their players isn't in it because the other guy's just been sensational as well. But I like Casemiro.
You know what it is, though, guys, yeah. I think for me, like I said, I was outnumbered. That league, you know what? You know what? Premsy, make sure he comes on. Yeah, tell him to shout because I'm gonna do a North London Derby special. So this guy, this gonna lead. Yeah, I'm telling you,
Big up Guna Lee, man. You get me? He loves the club, man. He loves the
Guna
club,
Lee
man.
was throwing his weight around yesterday. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Big up to HK Music. As a United fan, I don't want Harry Kane. He doesn't have the winning mentality. Always bottles it in big games. We need to get Sesko and another middle-aged striker. You know what, man? It's one of them. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want Osimhen from Napoli. That's my kind of, go-to guy. But Harry Kane, it just depends on what Ten Hag wants. If he comes in and thinks, you know what, Harry Kane could do what I need to do, and he's available, and we can get him at cut price because we have 1 year of this contract. It might be a viable option because he'll be 30 in the summer. If he could give us about 2 or 3 years where we do win serious trophies, if we get a squad together, then you just never know, man. You just never know. Big up to HK Music, though. Julian Alvarez is the type of striker Spurs want.
Alvarez is good, but obviously he's tied into City for a long time. But that's a good shout. That's the kind of player I'll be looking at. A young, good player that is kind of like on the up, that you can come in and develop.
Casemiro's levels above Partey. Guy hasn't played Champions League in years.
You've got to be careful there, mate, because it might be a chance that you might be playing Europa League next season, Casemiro and Party in the Champions League. So tables turn real quick. He's a good player, man. He's a good player, man. He is. He's done wonders for United.
Yeah, but like I said, man,
Jorginho's clear of both. Not move.
Wow.
And he shows that skeleton.
Oh, no, look at that.
What's going on, man? This speak out here, man. I was watching Christensen the other day, man. This guy, why did you let him go, man? This guy's
don't even get me started, bruv. Our old regime let him go for free just because they didn't want to give him a sell-on clause, and now he's balling out. If we had him over Koulibaly and we still kept Rudiger, this rebuild would be completely different. We'd probably still be in a top 4 race. But here we go. Bozo regime prefers to give overrated attackers like Havertz and Werner fat extensions over Rudiger and Christensen. But we move.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Even Tamari, man. Good player.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we didn't rate defenders, but it's all we buy. So how does that make sense?
There's so many bad decisions in football.
Backwards club.
Yeah. You know what it is here? Chelsea have got a lot here, but they've also lost a lot. You know what I mean? That makes sense? Like Chelsea have gained a lot by winning trophies in the short-term thinking, but then they've also lost a lot in terms of I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? Like certain players.
It's been like that for years, bro. We brought in Lukaku a decade ago to replace Drogba. 3 years later, we replaced Lukaku with an older Drogba. We've never made sense in the long term.
Yeah, no makes sense, but guys, it's still 1.2K in the building. Yo, man.
That's sick.
Smash that like, man, them.
Hit the likes, guys. Come on.
Yeah, guys, like the video, man. Like I said, we're here every Tuesday. We normally film about 6 o'clock, but like I said, because I'm going to the game later on, you know what I mean? Hopefully we get through to the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. And yeah, man, hopefully we win.
I said hopefully against Colton, Where's all that chest now, fam?
You know what? Be humble, Saeed. Don't let him draw you out.
Where's all that chest now, fam?
Listen, I've got to go there.
Colton, do it for London. You're the only London club
I see you benching, fam. You get me? Puff it out.
Celebrate every club in London now, Chelsea. Come on. absolutely mad, man. One day it could be Tottenham, one day it could be Arsenal, one day it's this.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It is mad. Trust me, it's mad.
But yeah, listen, we'll leave Chelsea fans to it. Chelsea Fan TV is a place to be. Carefree Lewis is a place to be this season. Go and check his channel out, man. I'm telling you now, people.
If you had my feet up, popcorn out, it was a mad
impression
thing.
settings, bro.
You got to give it to Lewis, though. Home and away, he's there. He's back in his home. He's always there. You got to give it to Lewis, man. You know, big up yourself, man. Honestly, man. You're doing big things.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
you
bro,
are.
I'll be in Anfield next week to watch us get battered by the worst Liverpool side in the last decade too. Up the Chelsea.
There you go, man. There you go.
Stink.
Big up Premsy in the building, Premsy TV. Make sure you go follow him, man. You know what I mean? How far are you away from 5K now? Let them know, man.
About, I think we're on like 4,650, something like that. So about 450 shy, you get me? Obviously, I'd appreciate you just go over there, follow the content. We've got some great guests that come on the show. Obviously, Patrick every week. Saeed always comes on. Big Steve. We've had Troops, Expressions. We've had them all. You get me? So if you want to see some good content, make sure you come over there, support your guy. And obviously, man, we'll try to read everyone's comments out as well, super chats or not, you get me? So try to build a community. But big up to everyone. Again, Saeed, thank you for having me on the show. It's been nothing but a blessing, man. I think it's one of the greatest shows about knocking around right about now. And it's a good blend of characters, good blend of personalities, and it's always a laugh, man.
Absolutely, man. And Patrick, man, you know what I mean? Even though you're doing content, shout out your channel, you know what I mean?
I know, that's the thing. I do so much content for other people, but I need to get my own up. But it's just hard finding the time. But it's always a pleasure working with you guys. It's so fun. Some of the best guys I know, some of the best podcasts I know. So for me to be in the mix of you lot is a pleasure and an honor and a blessing. And obviously, I get messages all the time, people saying that they love what I do, how I come across, that they actually like me and they don't like Tottenham and all of that. So that's massive in itself. So that's always a privilege as well. And yeah, follow everyone. Follow my link in the chat. Patrick Tyrant on Twitter, Patrick Tyrant on Instagram. My YouTube channels here as well. So yeah, man, all good. And 3 points on Sunday and we keep it moving.
Oh yeah, pussy on. I was gonna say something nice about you there, man. Am I gonna keep it locked up now? You know what I mean, dog? Nah, good Spurs fan, man. Honestly, top Spurs fan and top geezer as well, man. Top guy.
Absolutely, guys. Guys, make sure you leave a like on the way out, man. This not even 600 likes. So guys, leave a like on the way out.
Come on.
And I'll see you.
Get it up to 1,000, man.
I'm keeping it humble, but listen, people, I'll see you later on for the match reaction. I'm going to the game, and I'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.